Good evening. Today we shall be looking at the next process group, and that is adhesive process. And under this there's a subclassification which is Pavina and Twilo. So we look at both of them. A little background about the adhesive process. Yarns normally, if we have to impart strength to them, we have to insert twist. But in the case of adhesive process, attempts are made to bind the fibers by using adhesive. The strand of parallel fibers is made to adhere by either of the three processes that are mentioned below. The first one is the binding agent, which was attempted by Pavina, by Ritter. The second was an attempt by Holland, which is known as the Twilo process, and this process uses adhesive fibers instead of a binding agent. The third type is binding by use of a polymer, and it was attempted by Boptex Corporation, Canada. So let us look at the advantages and disadvantages of any adhesive process. Glue or the adhesive fibers that we add during processing, it will only remain till the time that the yarn is being processed, and once the knitted or woven fabric is produced, the binding is provided by the structure of the fabric itself at the interlacing points. The binder therefore has no use and it has been washed away. Although in case of Boptex, the polymer shall remain as a part of the yarn. It is not washed away. So let us look at the advantages of these processes and if there are any disadvantages in the adhesive process. In case of Pavina and Twilo, what happens is the fiber strands are highly parallel since we are feeding draw frame fibers, and the fibers do not get degraded due to twisting, since we have seen that it is a twistless process, and the binding is provided by adhesive fibers or binding agent. So there is the yarn properties do not get degraded due to the addition of twist. Normally the addition of twist affects handle and flexibility of the yarn, which in this case remains intact. The yarns produced by this method has got a higher covering power, and the process is also able to run at high production speeds. Disadvantage of these processes that poor washing performance is there due to the lack of firm binding of these fibers in the yarn structure. Also, these yarns are not economically successful. The reason being, the adhesive needs to be washed out after knitting or weaving to produce a soft yarn, and this leads to an increase in raw material costs and also the process costs. The process costs increase because we have to first apply the adhesive, and then also the cost is incurred on the washing out of the adhesive. Also the energy cost requirements for this process is very high because it is quite a heat intensive process. You'll require a lot of heating during the process to make a yarn. So before we go into the process, let us understand the false twist principle. Um, this principle is used at many places in the making of yarns and also in texturizing, which maybe you shall be learning in the next semester. So this is only a principle which is being used in the um, next processes. So let us understand what this false twist principle is. Up till now we just know that if we need to insert twist, this is the method. One side of the material is gripped while the other end of the material is made to rotate around its axis. This leads to an insertion of real twist. But there is another way of introducing twist, but this twist would be a known as a false twist, because it does not remain in the yarn after the process is complete. So let us look at this diagram where we have shown a pair of rollers here. One is input and the other one is the output roller, known as output roller. But you can observe here, in the first case the rollers are stationary, and in the second case, when you compare it with this diagram, there is a motion given to the yarn. That means the rollers are rotating, and this would act as an input and this would act as an output. The yarn is moving from top to bottom. Now there's one more element in both these diagrams that you see, which is called as a false twister. This is nothing but a twister which is there in the middle of this yarn path, and it is rotating, say, in this direction. So if the rollers are not rotating, then in that case there is a twist inserted both above and below the false twister. If you observe, the twists are inserted in opposite direction. In the top portion of the yarn, as you can see, the twist inserted is Z twist, and in the bottom portion it is S twist. So if nothing was done here, if the yarn is not moved and the twister is removed out of the seam, then this entire strand will again become straight. The twist will be removed. There will be no twist inserted in this part. So that is why the name false. It is not a real twist like the one that is inserted in the first case. Now let us look at the second diagram here. What happens if we were to make the rollers to rotate and give some kind of movement to the yarn from top to bottom, and the false twister again rotates in the same direction. Again, like before, in the top portion of the yarn you would have Z twist, but as soon as this yarn, let us assume that a small element of this yarn is moving and coming on the bottom side of the false twister. Here the twist that is supposed to be inserted is an S twist. So the Z twist in this part of the yarn gets twisted in the opposite direction, and the twist becomes zero as soon as this yarn element comes out of the false twister. Also, one rotation of this false twister inserts one twist both equally in the top part and the bottom part of this yarn. So as soon as this entire yarn comes out from the false twister on the other side, all the twist that is inserted in this part gets cancelled out, and what you get is a zero twisted yarn. So that means by doing this false twisting, basically you have achieved no twisting. So what is the use of this yarn? As we see the processes where this principle is used, you will understand the importance of false twisting. So let us go further. This is how the Twilo machine looks like. It is quite a simple machine. Prerequisites for the Twilo process. That means what are the requirements before we begin this process. There is some preparation of the sliver that needs to be done before um, it is being processed on the Twilo machine. So what is the preparation? The first thing that we need to have is a third passage draw frame sliver. Reason being that the fibers will be highly parallelized. Also, in the first passage we need to blend in 5 to 10% of adhesive fibers with the fiber yarn that we need to make. It may be either cotton or viscose or synthetic fibers. Whatever the sliver we take, we need to insert 5 to 10% of adhesive fibers during the first passage of draw frame. The adhesive fibers that are normally used is of polyvinyl alcohol. This fiber is chosen because at a water temperature, when these fibers are wet and they are at a temperature above 70 degrees Celsius, these fibers become sticky in nature and they will act like an adhesive for the remaining fibers that we are going to use either cotton, viscose or synthetic. The addition of water is therefore required for bonding. So we must remember that if this water is not added, the yarn cannot be made. Also the temperature above 70 degrees is very important. So in the process we will see how we add this water, at which stage we add, what are the temperatures at the various stages, and also we are going to see how the false twist principle that we have just seen is being used. So we see here the yarn passage for Twilo process. This is the third passage draw frame sliver that we are going to feed into the Twilo machine. There is a drafting zone, first drafting zone, which would be a dry drafting. That means still the water has not come into the picture. So this is the first drafting zone which applies a draft of around 5 to 10. Then we see here number 3 is a false twisting assembly, and here the twisting is done by using a water jet. So at this stage, whatever is, sliver comes out of the previous drafting system is being wetted, and due to the false twisting, what happens is this part of the yarn coming out will have some twist, but as soon as the yarn moves into this area after the false twister, there will be no twist in the yarn structure. So what you will get here in this region is a twist free material, but it would be wet. So this false twister here acts like a wetting element and also helps in compacting the strand that is coming out of the drafting system here. Then again there is a second drafting zone which is marked here as 4. So in this region the twist free material is drafted to a draft using a draft of around 40. After the web or the fiber strand, the wet fiber web comes out of the second drafting zone, what we have is again another false twister, which is a steam jet twister, and we are using steam here because we need to heat the fiber strand so that the adhesive fibers that we have used, we have blended in the sliver, in the draw frame sliver, they become sticky in nature. And this twister also helps in compacting here. Same principle, by the same principle, there is some twist here inserted which helps the compacting of the fibers, and as it comes out of the false twister, there is zero twist. So the yarn coming out here will be a twist free yarn, but the fibers will be bound with the help of PVA, which has already been wetted at this stage and heated at this stage. So both the conditions for the PVA fibers to become sticky have been achieved, and once it comes out at this stage at 6 here, this is the drier drum because the strand would be wet, and the drier drum temperature is around 140 degrees Celsius, where complete dissolution of the PVA fibers takes place, and the yarn is heated above 80 degrees Celsius. So what are the adhesive processes that where the binders are washed out? We already know one is Pavina, one is Twilo that we have just seen. In Pavina, the only difference is that here we are using a binding agent, whereas in Twilo we are using adhesive fibers in the blended into the draw frame sliver that we feed into the machine. So a binding agent, as in case of Pavina, adhesive fibers in case of Twilo, hold the fibers together during processing, and once the fabric is woven or knitted, coherence is provided by the yarn binding points of the fabric structure, which we have just discussed commonly when we saw the advantages and disadvantages of the adhesive process. The binder is therefore superfluous and is washed out during processing. What are the yarn characteristics of this Twilo spun yarn? Fiber strand consists of fiber arranged with a high degree of parallelization. Since we are feeding a third passage draw frame sliver as feed. There is no degradation in the fiber properties like stiffness, which would otherwise be caused by twist. We have seen this point also. Generally, it's by when we saw the advantages of the adhesive process. We do not lose out on the yarn flexibility, handle properties of um, the final yarn, because we are not inserting any kind of twist. The yarn is able to provide a high cover. It has got a high covering factor. Um, this is the ability of the yarn to cover the interlacing points very well, so that so this is a property of the fabric which is made by using such yarns. At the same time, this fabric will have a poor washing performance because the fibers are not firmly held or bound into the yarn structure, as we have seen. um, the adhesive, the binding agent or the adhesive fibers are washed out before after the processing is over, once the fabric is made. So the fibers are not firmly held into the yarn structure, so it will have a poor washing performance. The major reasons for the failure of Pavina and Twilo is that the adhesive has to be washed out after weaving or knitting, and this drastically increases the raw material cost. Also, as we've already seen, it increases the processing cost because the application of an adhesive, washing it out, and requires cost. And also the energy, since we've seen that the yarn needs to be heated above 80 degrees Celsius, the drum needs to be heated at 140 degrees Celsius for drying. So it is quite an energy intensive process. Also, you require steam for um, in the after the second passage of drafting system, where we are using a steam false twister. So all these steps will require a lot of energy, and again the cost will rise. So let us go to the specification. The spinning positions in the machine are 8. Delivery speed is around 500 to 600 meters per minute. The raw material that we use is cotton or synthetic fibers up to 80 mm. So we require long fibers here. The count range, as you can see, it is in the coarse count range, just like all the other yarns that we have seen up till now. Feedstock is third passage draw frame sliver. The yarn type that you get is a bonded yarn. The yarn characteristics are that the yarn is flat in nature, and it has got a therefore it has got a high covering power also. It has got good evenness because the fibers are parallelized. The field of use would be bath towels, interlinings, coating materials, and the advantage here is elimination of twist, as we have seen. And the special features are we need water as well as gas for twisting, and also for dissolving the PVA, and again also for washing out we require a lot of water. So coming to this chart back again, we had completed up to rubbing. Today we saw the adhesive mix process, that is the adhesive process, which is subclassified into Pavina and Twilo. Spinning process is by using Pavina uses bonding agent and Twilo uses bonding fibers, as we have seen. The yarn type that you get is a bonded fiber band, and the twist in the yarn, all the three processes, including the Bobtex that we'll see tomorrow, are twist-free processes, and the yarn strength is imparted. The only difference between Bobtex and the process that we saw today is that in Bobtex it is permanent bonding, and in Twilo and Pavina it is a temporary bonding, because we are going to wash out the PVA that we have, PVA fibers that we have blended into the draw frame sliver that is being fed into the machines. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.